Stretched out on your back body, I'd invite you to close your eyes. Ensure that your shoulders are relaxed, maybe even bend the elbows, tuck the shoulder blades, give yourself a little cushion with your shoulders. And with our eyes closed, we'll go ahead and relax our foreheads, relax our cheeks, and let your jaw release. Let your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth down. Relaxing the back of your head. Okay, so just finding that spot on the back body. Your shoulders relaxed, your arms. And feel the softness in your belly this morning. Your back body is supported by your mat, by your floor, by our earth. And so it's really okay for that belly to just be completely soft. Maybe your hips and your butt can release, relax a little. Just feeling yourself settle in this morning. We've got our shared space while we're in our own homes. It's a space where we come together this morning to move the body, and to practice yoga, which is so much more than the moving of the body. For us, it's a practice of the mind, a practice wherein we find this state of peace, of acceptance, a place internally where we can feel like we physically feel in our own homes. We're safe, we're comfortable. As you settle into that place this morning, notice your breath. Notice as you breathe, your chest rises and falls, your belly rises and falls. Perhaps for now, all you pay attention to is your breath. It's as though everything else just gets set aside for our hour. Everything else in your life, everything else in your world, it'll be there waiting. For now, just your breath. The way the breath fills and empties the body. allowing yourself just a couple more breaths in this very still and quiet place. If your legs are straight, very mindfully bend the knees so that the soles of your feet are on the floor. Now your knees are bent. Bring the knees together so they're touching. And just very gently let your knees sway from side to side. Just a little, like they're tick-tocking. And feel the ground press on those muscles across the back of your hips. Maybe into the lower back a little. Our knees will pause in the middle. And we'll pull the right knee in towards our torso, the hands to the knee. And it just hugs it in a little bit. With that knee hugged in, maybe your knee rocks side to side. Maybe it does a few circles or figure eight. Like you're moving that leg bone around in your hip socket. That right leg, then, you're gonna straighten it towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to the back of your thigh so you can hold it up. And let's just try to make that right leg as straight as it can be and pull our toes towards our shins. So the heel is pointing up towards the ceiling. And then you'll point your toes to the ceiling, your toes to the shin, to the ceiling, back and forth a bit. And of course, if you want more of a stretch than this, you know to engage the belly, lift the shoulders and the head, and slide your hands up towards your calf. Then bring your shoulders and your head back down. Same thing. Good, so toes towards our shin. Let's pull in like crazy to the shin. Try to make our leg as straight as it'll go. Take a breath in, then exhale, bend that knee again. Bring the hands back to the knee and just give it a real nice squeeze in towards your torso. Breath in. Breath out, will drop your right foot to the earth. Your left knee will come in, hands to that knee. And at first, we might just rock the knee side to side. We might circle it, figure eight it. Let that thigh bone move around in the hip. With an inhale, your left leg will straighten. Hands wrap around that thigh, and your toes pull towards your shin. And you're activating, stretching the hamstring, the calf. Maybe you feel it all the way to the Achilles tendon. Pointing toes towards the ceiling, pulling them to the shin, back and forth. Again, if you want more of a stretch, belly engaged, shoulders head up, hands up towards the calf. Then the shoulders head back down. We'll take a breath in. With the exhale, the knee bends, the hands back to the knee. Give it a hug to you. Breath in. Breath out, will drop foot back to the ground. Bring your feet, your knees both all the way together. And let those knees again just tick-tock, side to side. Ensure your shoulders are relaxed. Maybe you rock the head a little side to side while you're doing this, just so your neck is at ease. Knees will pause in the middle. Let's bring our arms out like a giant T. So you've got stretched out arms. We're gonna shift our hips to the left so you can roll onto your right side. And we're gonna bring the left arm up to the ceiling and down on top of the bottom one. And so we're moving towards shoulders. If we practice, I don't know, together within the last 2 or 3 months, we know this has become one of our kind of most favorite moves. So you've got your arms out, maybe they're like a crocodile out in front of you, and your top arm is just gonna lift up to the ceiling and then rock back, open the chest just as far as is comfortable. Your arm then comes to the ceiling, drops down on top of that right one. Your inhale lifts arm to the ceiling, exhaling to rock back, open your chest, bringing the arm up with the inhale. Exhale, it comes down and closes. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, rock back, open your chest. Inhale, arm to ceiling. Exhale, arm down on top of the other. Again, inhale up. Exhale, rock it back, open your chest. Inhale, lift arm up. Exhale, arm down. We're lifting it up to the ceiling again. This time, we're rocking it back and just pausing. And so that arm is just dropping back behind you. Your chest is rolling towards the ceiling a little, and maybe your head even turns to the ceiling, and you've got quite a twist here in the spine. Notice your breath. Still, as you fill with the inhale, your chest or your belly rises. Your exhale empties your belly, your chest out. One more breath. You're gonna bring your knees back to the middle. Your top one is your leader, but you're rolling back to your back body, shifting your hips. So we're right back where we started. Your hips then will shift to the right, so you can roll to the left. Your right arm to the ceiling, roll all the way over so both arms land on top of each other. With an inhale, right arms to the ceiling. Exhaling, drop it back, open your chest. Inhaling, arm to the ceiling. Exhaling to bring it back, so you've got like those crocodile arms. Inhale, arm to the ceiling. Exhale, let it go back, open chest. Inhale, ceiling. Exhale, crocodile arm. Inhaling, ceiling. Exhaling, out, open chest. Back to the ceiling. Crocodile arms. This time the inhale lifts the arm to the ceiling and then drops it back. So you're in that twist. Maybe head moves towards the ceiling. Finding your breath. And allowing yourself to settle into your mat with that breath in the twist. Last breath. To get back to your back body, your top knee is your leader. Bottom knee follows. Shift your hips so you're back just on your back body. You're gonna bring your knees back to your torso, your hands to your knees, and hug your knees both into you a little. Rock side to side. Let that ground press into the muscles across the back of your hips, your lower back. Good, instead of rocking side to side, let's rock front to back and rock ourselves up to a seated position. Nice. Once in seated, you'll either kick the feet to the side or roll over so you can get on your hands and knees. And we know that on our hands and knees, our knees are right under our hips. And always that gentle reminder that as women in particular, we overestimate the size of our hips, and so it's generally about 2 fist distances. Our hands can come so they're under our shoulders, unless we have tender wrists. If our wrists are tender or there's like carpal tunnel or whatever in them, then we want to step them forward a little bit. So once you're in your all fours, we're going to stabilize spine. So that just means core is engaged, belly button and solar plexus tucked in. And with that tucked in, you're going to just rotate your hips. So your tailbone tucks between your legs. And then your tailbone lifts towards the ceiling. Tailbone tucks and tailbone lifts. And you're going to play with this, just going back and forth a little bit, trying really hard to keep the rest of your spine completely still. So it's just like lower back muscles, hip muscles that are moving to allow this. Muscles that are often not isolated. Coming back to the middle then, let's do the same thing with the shoulders. So rest of the spine is steady. Your arms are straight. You're going to drop your chest between your shoulders, like your shoulder blades slide together on your back, and then lift your chest. Drop your chest and lift your chest. Go back and forth a couple times, just feeling shoulder blades move. Crown of the head is just reaching forward. We'll meet back in neutral at all fours. Our belly's engaged. Take a breath in here, then use your exhale to tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, push through your arms, arch your back. Inhaling, tailbone lifts. Your throat, your collarbone opens for your cow. Exhale, tailbone tucks, chin tucks, back arches for cat. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat, collarbone opens for cow. Exhaling back to cat. Inhaling forward to cow. And you're going to keep going your own pace. If you want to move faster, you know to just breathe a little faster because our breath initiates our movement. And let's do 2 more breaths. When we meet, we're going to meet back in just the neutral in all 4 position, allowing our hands then to turn so that our fingertips are facing back towards our knees. And they might not go all the way, even just to the side is cool. And we're wanting to stretch that underside of our wrist. So sometimes we just stay right here. Other people I know like to kind of rock a little, shift the weight side to side. Just explore the sensation of that. Remember, your one rule in yoga is no sharp shooting pains ever. And a lot of the time we even practice just knowing that point of first sensation where you just move enough to feel it, and then you pause and you really check in with body and consider whether it's wise to go further, or you wait until that sensation passes and then you go further. So we're honoring body. Good, you're gonna spin your fingers back around and send your butt back towards your heels. You're moving back to child's pose. So maybe our knees part. Maybe we bring the elbows between our knees or wrap the arms around our legs. Whatever version of child's pose you prefer. Child's pose is an excellent place for you to check in with breath. Feel the belly expand, press into your thighs. Your exhale will deflate the belly. Also a great place for you to just remember your intention, which as a group, it's simply that we're here on our mats, feeling our breath, feeling our body for this hour. And our minds aren't thinking, they don't have to think about anything else, just this time, just this breath. If your arms are wrapped around your legs, let's bring them forward. And inhale will bring us up to tabletop. Our right leg then is going to come up and in between our hands. And if you have your blocks, this is a great place for us to have our blocks here for longer arms. My blocks are holding my iPad, so not an option for me. But if it's for you, you're just here so there's not as much stress on the body when you're here. And all we're going to do is rock the hips forward and then rock the hips back. Your hips will rock forward and they'll rock back. And maybe you connect with breath here, like your inhale could bring you forward, your exhale could bring you back. You'll notice both the left hip flexor as it's opening and maybe the hinge in the right. You're noticing that as well. Nice. Next time you're forward, so that hip is open, bring your torso up, bring your hands to your knees. Roll the shoulders back and pretend like you could reach even higher with the crown of your head. So you're getting nice and long through that entire spine, as long as you can be. Maybe the hips dip a little bit more forward. Maybe not. All of our bodies are different. So you're forward, nice long spine. Let's bring our arms up then. Roll the shoulders back and down, and maybe you open the throat. So like your gaze would move up. And this is our low lunge. Breath in, breath out. We'll bring your hands back to your heart. Let's go ahead and tuck our back toes. And again, if you have blocks, your blocks could stabilize you. If this is going to be too scary, bring your hands down to the ground. But we're tucking toes and lifting that back knee up. So we move to a high lunge. And letting that left hip flexor be, it's wide open. So lift through the crown of your head again. Nice, one more breath. That front knee is bent like crazy. Then your back knee will drop down. Your torso will come down. And your front knee will come back. So your knees are both under your hips. So you're back to all fours. Let's let our hips just wiggle, our shoulders wiggle. Maybe take a couple more cat-cows. You're gonna move back to child's pose. So perhaps our knees need to part a bit, but heels and butt go together, forehead down to the earth. And if our forehead doesn't meet the mat, maybe our hamstrings don't allow that, or our back doesn't, we can stack our fists, then rest the forehead, or stack our forearms. If you have a block, another great place to put your block. While you're down here, let's see what happens if you very purposely try to relax the back of your neck. Very purposely try to relax the shoulders. And then relax the spine between the shoulders. Down through the lower back. Just imagining that you could relax that entire spine. Good. If legs or arms are tucked between the legs or wrapped around, bring them forward. And inhale will bring us back to our tabletop, back to our all fours. And our left leg needs to come forward, up and in between those hands. And you're doing the same thing, rocking your hips just forward and backward a bit. Like you're easing into the idea of this right hip flexor being wide open. Good. Next time you're forward with that hip, you're going to stay forward. Bring your torso up. Roll the shoulders back. Imagine that your spine, your midline gets super tall. The crown of your head is reaching way up to the ceiling. And feel your breath. Belly expanding with your inhale. Exhaling, belly deflates. This is your low lunge. To take it to your high lunge, your back toes tuck. Maybe you've got your blocks, or you've got the floor, whatever you need to be safe. With an inhale though, our back knee lifts. And we're looking for that same alignment of our spine, nice and tall. Back thigh as high as we can get it, front knee bent like crazy. And feel your breath, but as you feel your breath, feel your strength. Nice. Next exhale, you're mindfully bringing that knee down, untucking the toes, torso down, and front knee back. So it's under your hip. Hips can wiggle, shoulders, head, whatever, maybe a few cat-cows. From all fours, back to child's pose. So inhale here. Use your exhale, butt towards your heels, head either to the ground, to stacked fists. A nice big breath. Just you, your breath on your mat. Just this hour. Everything else is set aside for now. It's tricky to live in the world where everything is calling, where everything matters. And at the same time, train ourselves, teach ourselves to be able to set it aside and allow it to not matter just for now. If arms are wrapped, you're going to bring them forward. Inhale to pull yourself to that all four place. And let's go ahead and tuck our toes. Make sure your core is engaged, right? And you're all fours. Breath in. Your breath out is going to lift your knees and lift your hips up and back for your down dog. And once you're here, maybe your feet pedal. If high down dog is not where you want to be today, remember low down dog is just your knees on the ground, your hands step forward, and your ears come down between your upper arms. You still get that nice long spine, which is really what we're after in down dog. So if we're high, hips are up, hips are back, you create that lumbar curve, even as your feet pedal. Nice big breath. Maybe hips wiggle. Free to move in whatever way serves our body. And we're going to go from our regular down dog to wide-legged, which just means you step your feet out. Mine are outside my mat, probably like 3 inches either side. And my hands then walk back a little bit so that I have like a more stable all four base, but with those hips high and back. And for most of us, our heels can connect with the earth here. And there's a lot less pressure or tension or strength required by our shoulders here because our legs have us. Good, nice big breath. Your hands then are going to walk back towards your feet. And you transition as a wide-legged forward fold, chin tucked in. Maybe here your torso moves side to side a bit. With an inhale, come halfway up so it's onto your fingertips. And you're trying to create a parallel or a flat back. Belly is engaged. Take a breath in. With your exhale, fold back down. We're gonna bend our knees a little, and my heels have to turn in so that my knees can bend. Our hands will come to our knees, and that creates our flat back. But let's lift the torso up so we can have straight arms and let those knees be bent. And of course, you're gonna adjust. Let me come so I can better model. You're gonna adjust in whatever way is needed. And literally, my arms are holding up my top body here. And once I'm here, I'm just gonna sway side to side, allowing each leg to find, doesn't have to be all the way straight, but even just a little bit of length. And totally taking our time. You do one more time on each side. And then you're gonna come back to the middle, your knees bent. Our shoulders then, you're gonna twist like shoulders towards the left. Maybe your heart reaches for the left. Then your heart comes back to the middle. Your heart goes for the right. So shoulders twist towards the right. Back to the middle. Using your exhale, twist shoulders to the left. Inhale back to middle. Exhale to the right. Inhale, middle. Our legs are gonna straighten, so heels out, straight legs. Hinge on back over. Let your hands drop. Chin drops. Shoulders relaxed. You're back at your wide-legged forward fold. And this position is really easy to let the belly just kind of dump and hang. See what happens if you pull the belly button in and imagine that you can lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling just a little bit more. The belly in is important for the core. We're re-engaging core when we do that. Good, keeping your core engaged, you're gonna walk forward with your arms back to that wide-legged down dog where we started this. Ears right between the upper arms and the shoulders. To me, it's so amazing, like my shoulders are hardly bearing weight here. My legs have it. Take a couple more breaths. Good, to come back to all fours. Your weight shifts forward. One foot moves in, other foot moves in, so your feet are in line with your hips. Then your knees can drop. And you're back to all fours. Nice. All right, so once on all fours, let's go ahead and send butt back towards our hips again. Find a child's pose. But this time, let's keep our arms forward, like we're pushing the butt way back. Once we're there, we're gonna come to our fingertips and walk our hands, our arms, our torso towards the right. Our left butt pushes back towards our heels. And we get that really long, like, stretch on the left side of our torso. Take a breath in. With your exhale, walk your hands, your arms, your torso back to the middle for an inhale. Exhale, hands, arm, torso goes to the left. And this time your right butt reaches for the heel. Ears are just between your upper arms. Nice big breath. Lengthen that right side of your torso. Breath in. Breath out will bring you back to the middle. You do what you want with your arm. Your version of child's pose. Feel your breath, belly pressing against the thighs with the inhale. Exhaling, it pulls away from your thighs. One more breath. If arms are around your legs, bring them forward. Let's inhale, come back to tabletop. Your knees will move under your hips if they're not. Same hands under our shoulders. We're gonna bring our right hand up, like just up to the base of the head. And then our left knee moves back a little so that we can twist and open our heart towards the right. And once you're opened, you'll take a breath in, then exhale, untwist, so you're just hovering over the ground. Inhale, lift and open, so you're back twisted. Exhale, come back, hover over the ground. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, come back. One more time, inhale, twist and open. Exhale, come back. That hand will come to the earth, your knee back under your hip. We're gonna do the same thing other side. So left hand to the base of the head, right knee has to move back in my body. It might not have to move back in your body. You play with it. We'll inhale, twist and open. Exhale, come back so you're hovering over the earth. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, come back. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, come back. Last time, inhale, twist and open. Exhale, come back. Both hands to the ground, both knees to the ground. Both of our knees then, we're gonna take them to the right. So just walk them to the right a little, and then drop your left hip to the ground. So your knees are facing right. Your torso then, you're gonna try to square the torso with the front. And so you're just twisting again, right? If this is enough, you're gonna stay here. If you wanna come down, you could come to the forearms. You could come all the way to the belly. Any version of that twist. Wherever you're at, see if you can get your shoulders relaxed down away from your ears a little bit. And come back with breath. Right now, the only thing that matters is your breath. Your breath moving in your body. Two more breaths. If you're on your belly, your hands will come so they're under your shoulder so you can push up, back so that we've got our chest up. Your butt needs to lift so you can wiggle those knees back to the middle and then to the left so that right hip, right butt can come down. And same thing, maybe you stay right here. This is a heck of a twist. Maybe you decide to lower to forearms, lower to the belly. Remember, one place is never better than the other in yoga. Often we try the most mild version or expression of the pose, and we really, really tap into the body's wisdom before we move deeper. Maybe the shoulders can relax down away from the ears. Maybe your face can even soften. And just two more breaths. If you're all the way on your belly, your hands will go to mid-chest level so you can push up. We're meeting back where we're up. Good, let's bring the butt up then one more time so you can come back to all fours. Let our hips wiggle, let our shoulders wiggle, the head and the neck. Maybe a few cat-cows again. Check back in with that spine. We're moving to a seated position. So maybe you roll over the knees or you crawl forward, kick your legs to the side, but we'll roll the feet around so that we can actually stretch both legs out in front of us. And once you get to the seated position, you'll find that it's really hard to sit up nice and tall. If you have a blanket at home, or if you have a bolster, whatever, something you can just tuck right underneath your sits bones and lift your butt up a little, that'll help you get that alignment of the spine, which really just means lumbar curve. But we want to be up with that lumbar curve to the best of our ability. Then toes will pull in towards our shins, and that'll activate our calves, our thighs. Your core is already activated. You're just sitting here, perhaps closing the eyes. This is staff pose. And even just after a few breaths, you recognize that this takes effort. Your eyes can stay closed if you wish, but you're going to bend that right knee, pull it in towards you, and just bring your hands to that knee. And it's almost as though that knee can help hold you up a little bit. So you're up nice and tall. We're adding a twist. So left hand will stay put, right hand behind your hip. Just your shoulders will turn towards the right. Maybe your head too. If your head or your neck is okay, you could keep turning head so you're looking back over that right shoulder. If you're uber twisty, I suppose you could bring that left elbow to the other side of the knee. I can't even demonstrate this. I'm not uber twisty, but it helps you just keep twisting and turning. Stay nice and upright with that spine. Just remember your twist is in the neck, in the upper back, and it's in the middle back, but your lower back remains fairly steady. Good, one more breath. Extra inhale. Your exhale will untwist you, so you're back towards the front. Your bent knee is just gonna drop out and open. And let it drop towards the floor as far as it'll drop. Get your spine nice and tall. And now you're gonna hinge with it's hinging with the hips, like you're reaching your chest down for that shin or that knee. And maybe hands are on the leg, maybe hands are out beside the leg. As you hinge, your lumbar curve stays put, your belly stays engaged, but it's like this bent knee is allowed to drop towards the ground. Good, take some big breaths. Next inhale, your torso will unhinge. Your bent knee will come up and out, so leg is straight. You're right back in staff, so nice long spine, toes towards our shins. Belly, of course, is engaged. Feeling our breath. For now, nothing else matters, just our breath and our body. With an inhale, your left knee is going to bend. You're going to pull it up and into you, your hands to it. Almost like that knee is a little hook by which you can hold yourself up. Your right toe is still towards your shin. When you're ready to twist, your right hand stays put. Your left hand moves behind that hip, and just your shoulders twist. If neck is okay, the head can turn. Your torso stays upright, crown of the head reaching straight up to the ceiling. Good. Take a breath in. With your exhale, untwist. And let that left knee drop out to the side. And so you're rearranging just so you can get yourself nice and upright. Breath in with that core engaged. Breath out lets your hips hinge and brings your chest or your heart towards your straight leg. Crown of the head is just reaching high. Nice big breaths. Next inhale, torso is up and your bent leg is out. So back to staff pose. So staff pose, when we hold this, toes towards the shin and core engaged, this is going to strengthen our core, but it's also going to strengthen our back body. The shoulders relaxed. We'll do just a couple breaths here. And then we're going to bend the knees and lower down to our backs. And you can either use your hands to support you, or you could bring the arms up and just very slowly make the core work in order to lower you down. Once you're down, knees in towards the chest, hands to the knees, and you're just hugging in, rocking a little, or even letting knees circle. But letting the ground press into those muscles across the back of the hips, the lower back. If you're a happy baby fan, you know to reach for the feet. In happy baby, our knees are bent, but the soles of the feet are reaching towards the ceiling. Our hands are holding the feet and kind of pulling on the feet while the feet are pushing on the hands. Maybe you choose wind reliever, which is just one knee in towards your chest, the other leg reaches out. You're taking just a minute to release the body in whatever way it needs. And when you feel as though your body is ready to find our final resting place, which is Shavasana or corpse pose, you just stretch those legs out. If lower back isn't happy with straight legs, you know to bend the knees. This is another place if you grabbed a bolster or you have like a pillow or something at home that you can just tuck under the knees. That's an awesome option. Yeah, maybe you have a blanket that you cover up with. You're just getting yourself in a comfortable position for our last bit of practice, which moves away from the mind or away from the body and to just the mind. That said, you're going to use your mind, your power of awareness, to relax the body, and I'll walk us through it as just a verbal kind of guidance. But it's you using your awareness, using your mind to relax your body. You're going to start by just feeling and attending to your breath again. Feel the air as it goes in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. In through the nostrils, your belly expands. And out, your belly deflates. As your body breathes, allow your forehead and your cheeks to soften again. Release your jaw and let your tongue drop from the roof of the mouth down. And allow your eyes to soften, almost as though they could drop back deeper into the eye sockets. The crown of the head, the back of the head will relax. Down into your neck. And down into your shoulders. Allow your shoulders to relax. Move your awareness into your upper arms, down to your elbows, to your forearms, down to your wrists, out into your hands. And allow the arms and the hands to relax. Shift your awareness to your collarbone. Let the chest, the ribs, the abdomen, let that whole front part of your torso relax. The sides of your torso, right side and left side. And then your back body. Maybe you bring it back to the shoulders. And you move your awareness down through your shoulder blades, into your mid-back, down to your lower back. And you use your mind to relax all those muscles, big and small. Awareness into the butt and the hips so that they will relax. To the front and back of your thighs. Down through your knees to your calves, your shins, ankles. All the way down to your feet. Tops of the feet, bottom of the feet, your toes. Feel your legs. Feel them relax. Awareness will then move back to the head, and it'll scan the body from the top to the bottom. Noticing its state of ease. If there's any bit of tension or engagement even that's left somewhere, you're going to note that and then use your awareness to purposely release and relax. Once your body is relaxed, your awareness can just move back to breath. For you right now, breath is all that matters. Practicing, refining the ability to know that our world and everything that it's made of is out there, and it calls to us. And yet we separate ourselves from it, and we purposely bring ourselves to this place of stillness, quiet. This place where we understand that it's all out there and it matters. And at the same time, it doesn't matter. What matters now is breath. Allow that breath to lengthen, meaning you'll purposely inhale so that your belly can fill all the way up. And you'll exhale so that the belly can empty all the way out. Inhaling, belly fills. Exhaling, belly empties. Again, fill all the way up. And empty all the way out. You'll move your awareness down through your body, all the way down to your toes. And let your toes wiggle a little. Move it up the body. Down and out the arms, clear to the fingers so your fingers can wiggle. Maybe your head moves a little side to side, just checking in with that neck. And if you're comfortable moving with your eyes closed, you're going to keep eyes closed, but bend the knees. And let the hips shift one way or another so that your knees are easily able to drop to the side. And as your knees drop, your whole entire body is just going to roll on over. On your side body, your hands and your arms are going to help push you back up. So we're going to meet at a comfortable seat. Our eyes will close once we get there. And this last moment of stillness. This last moment where we're connected to that part of us that can be still. With an inhale, we'll bring the palms together, tuck the thumbs at the heart. Maybe your chin moves towards your chest. Gratitude this morning for this practice, for our willingness to come together, even when we're apart, to find this shared space, and to practice finding our own quiet, our own stillness, even when the world is moving and calling out to us. The very last thing then that we share is the term namaste, which just means the spirit in me, or the witness in me, the energy in me honors the energy in you. So namaste.